The vast majority of transport museums don't have pram collections. What you normally find is that they're in childhood museums, or they're in toy sections, or they're usually associated with childhood. Whereas we're looking at prams as innovative in terms of design, very important in terms of transport, because everybody needs to travel in a pram at some point in their lives. It's definitely an important form of transport. So we're looking at how pram design has evolved to suit every budget, every lifestyle. That's what makes pram design so interesting these days, because the choice is enormous now, whereas in the 50s, which is the first pram you'll see, they were all the same. They were all very, very big, very cumbersome. They were all really dark colours. Every child you had, you would pretty much use the same pram. The 1950s coach-built pram is kind of shaped like a cot with a great big hood. They're very, very sturdy. They're very good for keeping your baby safe and dry. And the people in the 50s in Glasgow, I mean, they will have had these coach-built prams, and they will have had to either lug them up the stairs or just leave them on the bottom and carry their children and all their shopping and all that up the stairs. If you're lucky enough to be in a position to own a coach-built pram, it's kind of a status symbol now, but back then it was pretty much your only choice. It became obvious that people were having to buy lots of different things. For example, you have to have car seats, and also babies, as they grow, they require different things. So a lot of people believe that when a baby's very young, it should face you, and then as it gets older, it should look outward at the world around it. So pram designers were looking at ways of, instead of somebody having to buy several different prams to encompass all these things, they could buy a pram that over time adapted to the needs of the baby. So in the 1990s pram, you can see an example of that. The baby was called Lewis. He got quite big, and so he used to be quite crushed in it, but he loved it. He's really excited about it being in the new museum as well, because he really thinks of it as his pram. That's his little form of transport, really. The third pram's an all-terrain buggy. It's designed for two babies, so not necessarily twins, but similarly aged children. And so there's a wheel at the front and two wheels at the back, which allows really good manoeuvrability. It can pretty much go over any surface. This pram allowed the owners, who again we quote in the display, to go on really long walks. They loved to go walking on the beach. They went on holidays in Scotland and they'd go in the snow. Got some lovely photographs of the babies all wrapped up in their pram. This display is aimed at school groups, and we're really trying to show that it's a form of transport that we should celebrate, and that, like cars and like other forms of transport, they started off simple, functional, but now they've become really fun. They can be beautiful, elegant, they can match your personality in a way that prams never did in the past.